That was an impressive way to do that. Thank you, guys. This is so great to do the show for you and then a show for an audience later that's going to be watching in their living room. Good to see you. There you are. Braxton, look at you. Having a great time on the couch. Yeah, and Brinley and Emerson and Tyler and Taylor and Saylor, Saylor. Yeah. You're there. Of course you're there. Of course you watch VidAngel. And Brexit. Good to see. Glad you tuned in. VidAngel is not a foreign concept to me. The Steve Soelberg, I censor myself all the time. I don't, because I grew up in a family where we weren't allowed to swear. And I mean, I think that's pretty common. There's not a lot of moms out there that are like, just one F word for mommy. Just want to hear from your sweet little face. From your face to my astonished face. Give me an F word. Come on. Hit me with it. It's not a common thing. But yeah. We had the next level though, right? In my like we didn't say shut up. We said shush up to each other. We were at that level. Shush up. Sounds ridiculous. But I still don't say shut up. I think it's rude. Who says shut up? I'm still saying shush up. I'm still like, shush up and dance with me. You know, I can't say it. It's rude. But we couldn't say but. I used it twice there, but one of them had two T's. We could use the conjunction. The conjunction was allowed, but we couldn't. Two T's, four-letter word, too far. That's when it was done. Which is ridiculous. It was hard to tell stories without saying but. Sometimes it's easier to say but. I was talking about a time I was sledding. I was like, Dad, we went sledding, but guess what? The sled broke, so we just kept sledding down the hill on our butt. My dad, whoa! What happened there? You forgot who you were. Okay, fine, Dad. I sledded down the hill on my bum. Do you hear how stupid that sounds? Sounds like I'm sliding down the hill on a homeless man that I own for some reason. Come on, Gus, let's go. I'm gonna slide down the hill on you. You're my bum. Here we go, I'll hold you. My dad, we don't say bum either, because that's weird what you did with your homeless friend there. You slid down the hill on your homeless friend, not on your bum. That's rude. Also, why do you have homeless friends? You're a lousy friend. They should stay the night or something. I didn't know what to say. I was like, fine, okay, in our house, we can't say but, we can't say bum. What can we say? My dad thinks about it. We can say bim. We'll say bim. How about that? No, that's a weird made-up word, Dad. It's not a real word. Makes it sound like we're a British family or something. I slid down the hill on me bim, father. What a great day. I slid all the way to the bim of the hill. We couldn't say bottom either. Just rule after rule. It's ridiculous. It's not a good British accent. I know that. I don't know how a good British accent really sounds outside of Mary Poppins. It's a bummer because as a comedian, I'm supposed to be good at accents. But the only time I'm good at accents is when I'm talking to someone with an accent. I unintentionally start using their accent, like that's gonna impress them. Don't do that, they're never impressed. It's always embarrassing. I walk into a store and the guy goes, hello. So right out of my mouth, hello. It just felt good the way he said it. Why shouldn't I try it out on my mouth? And then he thought he made a friend, so he's like, Oh, where you from? Seattle. You don't talk like you're from Seattle. No, I don't. You know, I'm gonna stop. I don't know why I was doing that. To be fair, you started it first. You're the weird one. Such a weird... It just feels good talking to them. I have a friend named Patrick. He has red hair. He's very Irish. He loves Lucky Charms. He's very, very Irish. Every time I start talking to Patrick, oh, how you doing, Patrick? Oh, I'm doing good today. But are you making fun of me? No, no, not. I wouldn't want to fight with you, huh? To a Jamaican man, I said ting. I didn't say it the way he would say it. I said ting, like I was learning his language. I wasn't like ting, like how they would have said it all rich and stuff. I was like, what's that ting? And he's like, this ting. Yeah, that ting. You come in here, this ting, huh? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm embarrassed. Yeah, you need to leave. You can't have the ting. Okay, still want the ting. I'm embarrassed, but... What's weird to me about accents is that, yeah, full circle. Look at that, callback. Not really. It's that we all have the same equipment. Like we all have, even this weirdo guy, he has a tongue. No, he doesn't. He's made of plaster. All of us, we all have the same equipment. Tongue, voice box, and it makes all the languages and all the accents that you ever heard in the world. And so it makes you go, well, why does an accent persist if it's the same musical instrument that's making the sound? And that's because your tongue has a mind of its own. I know that for a weird reason. Because I have a permanent retainer in my mouth. Does anybody have a permanent retainer? See, I always try to play to the majority, you know. A lot of permanent retainer jokes out there, I know. It's a little hacky. It's kind of been done, but we're gonna go for it. It's worth the risk. If you don't know what a permanent retainer is, it's what it sounds like. It's a permanent retainer. They put it on the back side of your teeth so you don't see it. And the second it goes into your mouth, your tongue is like, did you know this is here? Did you know this is here? Did you see this? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. How long are you gonna have this? This is a weird bar in your mouth. Why do you have it? Why do you have it? I'm just gonna check it out a couple times. Is that okay? If I just check it out maybe 1,000 times per minute? Just real quick. It won't leave it alone. And when I first got my permanent retainer, my tongue was touching it so much to the point where it was hurting itself. It was like cutting it on the retainer. It had a blister at that point. It was like, this hurts to touch it. It hurts to touch it, but it's still worth it. It's still worth it. We gotta check it. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding, but does dental pain feel good to you? Why does it feel good? Whether or not you've had a permanent retainer, you've had that same problem. You've had like a popcorn piece stuck in your mouth, and you're on a date and your tongue's like, I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. And you're like, tongue, you're not gonna get it. You can't do everything. That's why floss is there. Floss is invented because sometimes you're not good at things. No problem, no problem, no problem. I'll just check it about 100 more times, and then I'll give up. I don't know that it has ever given up. Such a weird thing. Started getting, I feel like I've grown up enough now that I can get massages. I know some people get them when they're young, but I wasn't ready. But it's weird to go into it when people already are assuming that you know the way it works, you know? Because they have this whole language. You go in and they're like, hey, welcome to the massage place. And they have like a little room they direct you into, and there's a table and a little fountain that kind of makes you have to pee, and some soft music playing. And the lights are down low, and they say, undress to your comfort level. And then they shut the door. And you get to just kind of panic for a little bit. Like, I wore clothes today because society taught me that this is my comfort level. When I was younger, I had a much different comfort level. But once you get a certain age, that's not a good level. But they say that because they can't say, just get naked and lie in between those sheets. It's not gonna make you feel comfortable. For some reason, a panic attack is more comfortable. You choose. Okay. So you lie down in between these sheets, and they come back in, and they talk all soft the whole time. Hey, Steve. Hello. Your head's in the little hole. What pressure level do you like? 15 PSI. Good level. What pressure level do I like? I never know what to say. Medium, I guess? Touch me medium, please. That's how I like salsa. Maybe it's how I like massages. Just a nice medium touch. That sounds good. And then they start touching you, and I immediately am feeling like, medium's too much. Mild. Touch me mild. Touch me muy less picante. This is a very strong medium. Softer, please. And they start doing what they think is softer, and I'm like, softer, a little softer. I guess I'm pretty tender. Softer. Just don't, quit touching me. Stop touching me. You could just rub all around my body. You could rub my aura. Maybe just rub my aura. Rub my aura while you and me listen to Enya. Just... You guide me, buddy. Scary thing. I'll tell you what else is scary. Trying to get someone to fall in love with you. Have you ever done that? Has anybody ever done that? A few of you are honest. I like the people who said no. I hate love. I just want to run around angry at everyone. But you know what? You're probably the one who's more successful, is the one who played hard to get. The person who said no. Because for some reason that works, which is ridiculous that hard to get works. That's not a skill that you use anywhere else in life. You don't get a job playing hard to get. Could you imagine sitting in your job interview playing hard to get? Do you even want this job? No. I got like 6 other jobs I want to make out with after this job. So no, I don't need this job. I've often wondered if, as a comedian, like if this still works, like the hard to get, playing hard to get, if maybe I should just play hard to get with the audience. Just be up here, just like... Oh, I didn't even see you guys there. You guys aren't half as cool as this antelope? What is that? Deer thing? It's good, Angel. Let's not make that joke. Anyways, another thing that I read about, getting someone to fall in love with you is that the same hormone that's released when you're in love, that's also released when you're afraid. Same hormone, just lazy of your body, really. Just give them a hormone, doesn't matter, as long as they're excited. What? That's all you're gonna do, buddy? But now that I know it, I use it. I'm not a dummy. I show up on all my dates, just bing bong. I'm your date! And I just scare good. Freak her right out. She's always, I like him. He's a scary guy, and I'm into that. Something inside me tells me I'm in love. And I just think, yeah, I know what that is, because I read that in the library next to a homeless man that I love. We go sledding sometimes. He's a good friend of mine. I have weird friends. I'm friends with a 5-year-old. He's my neighbor, and he's just one of these kids that just kind of shows up at your house, and you're like, okay, I guess you're part of the show now. You're at my house. Where are your parents? But okay. You're so lucky I'm me. And I'm just gonna talk to you. And I talk to him, and he tells me about kids at school, and somebody who was picking on him, and he was going on. He's like, yeah, this kid, Jeremy, he's just a real juice pouch. And just on and on about Jeremy the juice pouch. And I had to stop him. I was like, hold on, juice pouch? And without skipping a beat, he was like, my mom doesn't let me say douchebag. And just kept going. I was like, I get it, buddy. I get it. I say Bim, my man. And I now say juice pouch, turns out. It's way better than the other one that is probably getting edited out on Braxton's show. Sorry about that, Braxton. I didn't mean to. You gotta cut that one out. I would. Juice pouch, though, much friendlier. That's the way to go. I'm not great at Facebook. Hope that's okay to admit. Turns out I'm a creep on Facebook. I didn't realize that. I thought I'd find out that I'm way cool. Turns out, no. I'm a weirdo. I do stuff on there that I've never done in my regular life. I've never wandered into a stranger's house and pulled down their photo albums. Feverishly looked through every picture. Look at that, look at that. What are you doing here? Don't worry, I'm a friend of a friend. I'm just gonna look on through. I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna keep it. What a creep. The creepiest Facebook thing I did was visit an ex-girlfriend's Facebook page. That's like the electronic version of driving past your ex-girlfriend's house. Did you ever do that when you were younger and didn't have any self-control? You're just driving. Why am I doing this? I shouldn't be doing this. This is a bad idea. What if she sees you? There she is! You speed away. She's like, Steve, is that you? Yeah, you caught me. I'm just passing through the cul-de-sac. I'm on my way. Yeah, it's faster. I don't know how. Don't ask. So I type this girl's name in the search bar, press return, only to realize that is not the search bar, and her name is now my status update. Just her name. Just... I didn't do it on a computer, I did it on my phone, which is when I found out the mobile Facebook didn't have a remove status update option. It just had to sit there while all my friends liked it and commented on it. I'm just sweating. Stop it! Stop commenting! It's trending! It's getting popular. She's gonna see, and of course she did see. She was like, what are you doing, Steve? I'm like, nothing. Nothing. I was hacked. My account was hacked. That weird virus types in your ex-girlfriend's name. Going around, be careful. Felt like I had to type fake status updates just to make it believable. I was like, lose weight using this one weird trick. Wrap your belly in cellophane. Look at the before and after. Before and after. Taking squunchy photos of my belly. Before. I always love that it's one weird trick. Lose weight using a weird trick. Why, if it were to say, lose weight using diet and exercise, we'd all be like, no way. Do you want me to do something weird? I'll do something weird, though. I'll click on that. I love weird stuff. It's not a good idea, guy. What is that, water? Technology's tricky, though. It's easy to mess it up. Like text messages, you can screw that up. I probably shouldn't do this joke because this is a true story. Roommate, don't watch this joke, okay? I used to have 3 roommates, and one of them was stinky, and there's always the stinky one, and I just got home, and the house, it stunk, and I was like, dude, the house smells so bad, you could tell Scott was just here. Send to Scott. He's like, sorry, dude. I was like, I was kidding. I was hacked. My account was hacked. If you remember that problem. I don't do good with bad smells. I just can't handle bad smells for some reason. Like, if I'm talking to someone with bad breath, for whatever reason, I just don't know how to combat it. I'm gonna gag if I can't figure out what to do, so I always just blow out softly when they're talking to me. It's a bad idea. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Good. It's a good day today, huh? Yeah, it is. A little breezy. It's just a little breeze. That's what you're feeling. I feel like that's coming from you. No, you're weird. You're the one. Oh, yeah, it always was me. Your breath is weird. It smells like you licked an antelope or something. I'm gonna have to Google you later. An ibis? Is there things called ibises? Do you even say? Lone Star. Okay, that's a beer, which makes sense it says Lone Star beer. I'm not an aficionado here, dry bar. I don't drink. Anyways, I don't know why I said that, but I wanted you to know. Just so you know. Maybe it's a family thing. We all sort of don't do great with bad smells. My dad is bad with bad smells, which is great because me and my dad, we used to visit these people once a month who were hoarders. I mean, obviously you guys know because this is Provo, Utah, that I was my dad's home teaching companion. If I'm outside of Utah and I say, I was my dad's home teaching companion at 15, people are just like, I thought he was homeschooled, you know? There's something about him that says homeschooled. His dad's his home teaching companion, of course. Yeah, so me and my dad, when I was 15, we would visit these hoarders once a month for our church. And we would just go in and hold our breath for like an hour. Just standing there. The first thing you do when you go into a hoarder's house is you play a game, which is, what is a chair? just start looking at the piles of things. Is that a chair right there? No, not a chair. What about that pile right over there? Is that a chair? Not a chair? Oh, you guys are good at what is a chair. This is not easy. I would have sworn that was it's a body. Okay. Rest in peace, buddy. My dad one time said we should sit down, and so he starts moving the hoarders' stuff, and of course they're kind of freaking out. Why are you touching our bus passes from 1986? Because we're cataloged by month, and he just moves them all, and he found a chair. He was good at the game. Found one chair, he didn't find two. So 15-year-old Steve is now awkwardly trying to find a chair. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll find a chair real quick. Why is that sticky, by the way? Why is that wet? Everything I touched, I regretted touching. My dad sees me getting more and more awkward over here, and he's like, Steve, quit doing that. Just come over here and sit on my knee. Huh? Sit on my knee. It's a good idea. So I sat on my dad's knee. He bounced me just a little bit. I felt better. I was colicky, apparently. Just that little motion. Feels good. It's totally ridiculous. A cat that they were holding prisoner just wanders through the rubble. He hops up on my dad's other knee. The last seat in the house. The cat took it and promptly vomited on my dad's knee. Didn't even waste any time. The cat was like, it smells normal here. I'll fix it. Welcome to the hoarder's house. So we're sitting there with cat barf on the knee and expecting the hoarders to freak out. If you've ever been at someone's house and a pet vomits, it's usually pandemonium. I was at my friend's house and a wiener dog threw up, which I didn't know it until I saw it is the funnest animal to watch throw up. None of these guys hold a candle. It's like watching a tube of toothpaste be unrolled really quick. It's like, whoa! I like that for some reason. I didn't want to, but I liked it. And they freaked out. They were grabbing towels, they were running around. It was like a fire had caught in the house. The hoarders just sat there. They were just like, you know what, that happens. No, it doesn't. It's the first time I've been on my dad's lap and a cat has vomited. It's a very rare situation. That broke my dad because he was like, okay, if they're not gonna react, I'm not gonna react. So he thought he could just kind of keep going and share the message, you know? He's got me on one knee, cat barf on another, message from Jesus in his heart. And that's what he's there for. So he tries to share that. The message this month is all... The message is... I know my dad has a worse sense of smell problem than I do because he was also our scoutmaster. And he brought in a guy to teach us about computers. And this is the 90s. So this guy, who is a computer expert in the 90s, well, he has bad hygiene because he is a computer expert in the 90s. He's not smoking. All the IT guys are like, I hate this guy. Screw this guy. Turn this off right now. He didn't smell great. And my dad couldn't even introduce him. He was like, Calvin's here to teach us about... He caught a whiff of him and that was it. He didn't even finish. He just left. He was like, Since all the sons are in the Scouts, we all just were cracking up. We knew what had happened. I was like, Dad smelled Calvin. He couldn't handle it. So now I'm in a much different scenario. And he's trying to come up with excuses for why he's starting to gag. He's like, my tie's too tight. I'm sorry. We're fine. The message is... The message is... And at that point, he's gagging really loud. Just full on... And we're like, okay, Dad, you gotta stop bouncing me. This is not good. This is not gonna end dry. I didn't feel good. So he starts elbowing me. And I knew what that meant. The elbow move, that's a classic move. At the end of these visits, my dad would always elbow me because we would say the same thing at the end every time. We would say, is there anything we can do to help you? We would always say it at the end. Don't say it at the beginning because you've screwed up. If you say it at the beginning, you're gonna end up helping them. Say it at the end when you've stayed too long. And then they go, no, you can just get out of here. Another level of it is to have your 15-year-old son who has no skill set say it. I always felt so stupid saying it. I was like, anything we can do to help you? Do you need any Nintendo codes or... Very good. Up, down, down, left, right, BA select, start. Some kids will never know. But we know. Yeah, so after I said that, they were like, nah, we're good. So we had a quick prayer and we barfed and we got out of there. Efficient. My dad's always been efficient. There's 5 kids in my family. Even efficient in naming. Joe, Ben, Steve, Nate, Kate. No Braxtons in our family. Very one syllable. But they just liked that simplicity. When we would have ice cream as a family, my dad used to run. Sure, he was very excited. We were all very excited. Ice cream! He'd go into the kitchen and he'd grab 1 spoon. And we would line up oldest to youngest in the kitchen. My dad would get a big scoop and put it in the oldest's mouth, and then he would go to the back of the line. And then it was the next kid's turn, just like weird little baby birds, just and you'd always hope that you'd get the last scoop. Just special little baby birds. That's how we ate. We're normal. I spent way too much time deciding this outfit. And the stylist lady was like, don't wear the shirt with the bear on it. You look ridiculous. You look like a 12-year-old. And I was like, okay, I won't wear it. I wore it. Couldn't help myself. I haven't grown up yet. It might be why I do this now. I should have got a regular job, but this is too much fun. I used to have kind of a regular job. I used to do dispatch at the hospital for helicopters, which was kind of exciting and cool. And I got to work with the ER and see the helicopters fly around, and that was exciting. And I found out a lot of people who visit the ER aren't honest about what got them there. It's kind of interesting. It seems like a good time to be honest. The ones that were the most notable were people, once a month we'd always get someone who would come in with something stuck. I'm gonna be delicate. In their bim, they would have something stuck in their bim. And they would never tell the truth. They would always be like, listen, I was in the shower, and I slipped, and that is how my lava lamp got up there. And you just have to be very matter of fact with them. You're taught to be matter of fact. You just go, that could happen to anybody. And it's a bummer. Yeah. Because if you freak out, if you're like, what did you do? You know, then they're gonna clinch and you're never gonna get it out. It's gotta be bummer of a day for you. But they'd always lie, you know, and I didn't like the lies. It was like, just be honest. I know this is embarrassing, but just be honest. That's why I liked the one guy from Wyoming. He just walked right up to the front and just goes, I stuck a couple chestnuts up there. I don't know why. I don't know why I did it. I'm a weirdo. There's something wrong with me. I cannot get them out. I'm very sorry. Them is stuck good. Love that guy. He's honest in a difficult situation. It's a good message. Also, I like it because of his choices. Chestnuts, I feel like that's a very specific nut. Like he went shopping with that nut in mind. He's like, walnuts? No, I'm not crazy. Ain't gonna do no peanuts neither, no way. Chestnuts, them is smooth. Let's do that. It was way better that there was two chestnuts up there, because one chestnut says you immediately regretted what you've done. And two chestnuts says one chestnut was a good time. Right? You're sitting at home with your one chestnut going, boot, scootin' boogie. Look at that. Look at that. What a great day. What a great weird day that I'm having. You should keep going. You bought 5. Here goes number 2. 2 is too far. Oh, no. I do not feel good. I do not feel good. This is a horrible day. I don't even know how to walk. I'm going to have to go to the ER. 2 chestnuts is an ER visit. 1 chestnut, good time. 2 chestnuts, ER visit. I'm going to tell him the truth, though. I ain't going to tell him no squirrel story. I'm telling the truth about this. And he did. He was just talking to us the whole time. I think that helped ease the tension of that weird experience for him. Just in there talking. Okay. All right. You got to get him out. So, whose lava lamp is that? Can I have that? Is that can I take that home? I'm going to take myself home. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. That is so awesome. Wow. Right? Feels like I'm doing this for the first time. Oh my gosh. People at home is like, he's laughing harder than he needs to. But the inside joke is I've done this twice, so there you go. This is my second dry bar. Yeah. Everyone says the weirdest things now on social media. Everyone says, live your best life. Which I'm like, okay. What do you know? What do you know? Why? When they say live your best life, it's like, do you know, am I gonna be like reincarnated as a dung beetle or something? And like, just sitting on a pile of dung and just like, I should have lived my best life when I was a human. What a stupid choice I've made. I didn't live my best life. Humans shouldn't say live your best life. Cats should say live your best life. Makes sense, right? They'd just be hanging out. Hey, Tom, meow, 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 right? Live your best life. And they'd be like, yeah, because we have 9 of them, and that makes sense. We'd look pretty stupid if humans said that to each other, because they only have 1, so I don't know why they're saying that. Whenever someone says it, I imagine this fake scenario that's not real, but I imagine that I was separated from my twin brother at birth. And we wander through our same lives, him with the same DNA that I have, only way, way better. He's successful. He's like taller somehow. He never had zits, even as an adult. Thank you for that, by the way, Zits. Thanks for never leaving me and always being a part of my life. Someday I'd meet this other guy and I'd be like, I'm Steve, I tell jokes. And he'd be like, I'm Steven, I'm a doctor. And I'm like, oh, aren't you living our best life? That's so great, I'm so proud of you. He'd be married, right? He'd be married and have kids and they'd be all beautiful and amazing. And not that, I don't mind being single. Being single is fine with me. I just am reminded of it at weird moments. I went skiing. And at the top of the ski hill, there was this double black diamond ski run, and it was called the Widowmaker. And I was like, not for me. No. I don't make any widows. No. I feel like there needs to be a ski run for single people right next to that one. Just be like, the nobody misser. Just the who's gonna feed his goldfish, or... My favorite would be, it will literally be 3 days before anybody even notices he's gone. That one sounds sad, right? That's it is a legit concern for single people, though. You're like, if I die, no one's gonna know. The only people calling me are robots, and I don't even answer those. It's like, why would I answer that? By the way, this is the part of the show my mom can't pay attention to. Mom, I tell everybody whenever I'm going anywhere. I'm very safe. It wouldn't be 3 days. I'm very safe. That doesn't feel better at all. That felt worse. For some reason, it's like, you're gonna go. But my parents have always been a little bit very concerned for me because, like, when I was a kid, I had low self-esteem as a little kid. I don't know why, but I was very self-conscious, and so they gave me these tapes to listen to at night. They were bad quality subliminal message tapes. Like, you could hear the subliminal messages. It's like, I hear that. It's not going into my subconscious. It's bad subliminal messages. It was ocean sounds, and I would listen to it at night, and it would be like, you're a good kid. Believe in yourself. You can be confident. And don't wet the bed. And I was like, I didn't have a problem until all these ocean sounds at night. Don't wet the bed, Steven. Listen to all the ocean sounds. I've done better with self-confidence. I mean, well, my parents, they ended up building my self-confidence in a different way. They didn't anticipate. They warned me about kidnapping. I heard about kidnapping, and it just filtered through this little self-conscious kid's brain, and I just heard, somebody wants me? Get out of here! They have candy! They sound awesome! Driving around in cool vans? Come on! Let me have friends! I'm very shy. My parents were like, no. You don't want to be kidnapped. That's not good. We're going to give you a password. Even if mom or dad's friends have to pick you up from school, they have to give you a password. And that made my self-confidence go through the roof. I was walking down the street like, yeah, don't look at me. I know you want me. Yeah. My parents warned me about kidnapping. You're not going to get this kid. He is password protected.
so excited about my password. And then Mom or Dad's friends would come and pick me up from school and they'd be like, "Here, Steve, here's the password." And I'd be like, "I forgot the password." And that's where it started. That's where a long life of forgetting passwords started. Just going, I don't know. I'm just gonna get in the car anyways. "Do you got any candy?" My mom said that you'd have candy. When they'd be giving me the password, I'd be like, "Was the A an ampersands with the circle around it? Was that, and did you say it excited? Because there's an exclamation point at the end." Now my self-consciousness is in very weird areas. Like, I'm self-conscious about my windshield wiper speed. I do this joke just to see if anybody else has this issue. Does anybody else here have this issue? Some of you. It's a very bizarre issue, but here's the thing. Windshield wipers, they have like 5 speeds. None of them are useful. Low is so low, it's ridiculous. You turn it on and it's like, hup, 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 hup. And then enough time goes by that you can watch one of the Lord of the Ring trilogy. And you're like, "He's got to get rid of that ring. Frodo, get rid of the ring." And then it's like, whoop, 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 whoop. And you're like, "Oh, I forgot those were on." And that's weird that I watch movies in my car. I don't know how I do that. But then 3, 4, and 5 also not useful. They're faster, but not fast enough. And I find myself going, I need to put it on level 5. And level 5 is like, it's so fast. Your windshield wipers look like they're just gonna go flying off. And it's embarrassing to have it that high. I know when I'm on level 5, I know the other drivers are like, "Look at this guy on level 5. Thinks he needs a level 5. I'm looking at other windshields like, is this a level 3 or 4? Are we on 3? What are we on, 3 or 4? I can't see. I need level 5. Ah! Call my family! The stupidest thing that I'm embarrassed about with my car is that I bottom out. You know that, where you hit the curb or you hit whatever, and it makes that crunch sound, just, and it's awful. And everybody, when they hear that sound, they turn and look. And I was going by a park near my house, and I bottomed out, I crunched, and the whole park was like, "What? Who's the idiot that doesn't know how to drive?" And all my windows are down, and I didn't realize that, and I yelled, "Don't look at me!" It's the worst thing to yell if you don't want people to look at you. You yell, "Don't look at me!" And everyone's like, "I have to see this. This has got to be the best thing a human is breaking down. Somebody who doesn't know how to drive is turning the corner." It's so embarrassed. You know, I do have this theory, though. I think it is good to be embarrassed and do things that make yourself feel awkward and kind of out of place and stupid sometimes. And I think that's healthy. I think it's good to do that. That's why I went on a 2-year mission for my church, because it made me feel embarrassed and awkward. And I had a lot of doors slammed in my face, and I think that's healthy. One of my favorite parts of it was even before I left. Before I left, they said, "Steve, you get to pick the hymns that the congregation is gonna sing before you leave." It was like a little farewell thing, and I thought, that's cool, that's a big responsibility, and I didn't want to mess it up. So I asked my dad, I was like, "What hymn should we sing?" And my dad goes, "I don't care, just don't sing the pirate hymn." And I was like, "Wait, what? There's a pirate hymn?" "What are you talking about? We have a pirate hymn?" And I've done some research on the pirate hymn. The pirate hymn, the lyrics are used across many Christian churches. And as far as I know, my church is the only one that uses this particular tune. The tune is also used by a 1950s Disney movie that was about pirates and the ocean. And so I go, "Dad, please explain to me, what is the pirate hymn?" And he goes, "Well, it goes, ya da 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 da." And I was like, "Okay, that does sound kind of piratey, but keep going." And he goes, "Ya da 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 da." And that felt so piratey. I was like, whoa. I started to swashbuckle a little bit. I don't know why my pirates are Irish, but they are. It just feels like, I don't know why that's how that goes, but I don't know how to do a pirate accent. It's all Irish. Sorry if you're in Ireland and you're watching this. Ah, you pirates, sir! You over there all red-headed. No, How do you fix that? I know an Irish guy. I don't know how to fix that. I'm part Irish. Whatever. Who cares? I didn't recognize the song yet, right? I was like, I don't recognize it yet. And I was like, Dad, please sing it. And he's like, ugh. He didn't want to, but he did. And he goes, well, I'm going to sing it the right way with the pirate accent. So my dad sings. He goes, okay, this is the song. Who's on the Lord's side? Who? Now is the time you show. And I was like, whoa. That is a pirate hymn. We ask it fearlessly, fearlessly. What is that? Like they're like running the Jolly Roger up, like, ah! Are you on the Lord's side? Huh? Fly the flag then. We ask it fearlessly. Who's on the Lord's side? And then it doubles down on the pirate theme. It goes yada-da-da-da-da-da, yada-da-da-da-da-da. At that point, sea spray is hitting you in the face. Yada-da-da-da-da. My favorite part. Who's on the Lord's side? Who? Doesn't get more pirate than that, does it? And the whole congregation sings that line. Everybody goes, ooh. You have grandmas next to you going, ooh. Is that how we sing that? And you look up at the top for direction and it goes, sing pirately. You go, oh, there we go. That makes sense. Sing it pirately. You go, are you on the Lord's side? The Lord? The Lord. The Lord? The Lord's side. He's on the starboard side. He's walking on the water. You'll see him. Jesus, take the sails. Like, just... Of course we sang that. When I left, I was like, Dad, I'm shoving off. We gotta sing the pirate hymn. I'm so excited. That was really nice of you guys. You clapped. That was super nice of you. I think applause is such an interesting communication method. Like when you do that, oh, that feels good. That's nice. But if it's a lot of people and they're clapping at a certain speed, that's important. I've noticed that if you have one person just clapping, that's awful. That says, I hope that you die. That's what that says. Or I like to imagine it positive. Like I'm glasses half full, so I'm like, maybe it's someone going, it's so dang funny. That's what I want to imagine. It's probably the other one, but I like to imagine the other one. But if you have a large group of people clapping at that speed, right? You have a large, that's white people at a concert keeping the beat. That's what that is. They're just going, and the heart of rock and roll is still beating. That's what I say, I believe. I went to a Huey Lewis in the News concert, and I got to see him sing The Heart of Rock and Roll, and right before he sang it, he goes, I did not know when I wrote this song 30 years ago that I would be required to sing it every day for the rest of my life. Hit it! And he sang The Heart of Rock and Roll, and I got to sit close enough to see Huey Lewis's dead eyes sing that song. And for some reason, it made me happy. It made me happy. I could feel him being like, don't look at me! But I was like, this is awesome.
There's a lot of different things you can do with claps. Like if you see someone in the corner clapping, that's actually just someone trying to figure out syllables. Because you can't figure out syllables without clapping. I don't know why that is. If somebody's like, how many syllables are in spaghetti? You're like, I don't know, like 11. And then you go, spaghetti. Oh, see, I thought there'd be more. That's crazy. There's so many T's and I's. That's very confusing. But syllables are tough. I have a friend, she's a doctor. She still doesn't know syllables. Her name is Tina. She doesn't know how many syllables are in her name. We're like, your name is 2 syllables, Tina. Tina. And she's like, it's not Tatina, it's Tina. Just Tina, that's... And we're like, okay, that's not working for you, Tina. So let's try this. Put your hand under your chin. Every time your chin touches your hand, that's a syllable. So Tina, that's 2. Tina. And she went, Tina! Just doubled down. I was like, I guess you have no syllables in your name. I don't know how you did that. She works with lasers. Lasers, I don't understand lasers. Here's what I understand lasers can do. Laser hair removal, laser hair restoration. How are you doing that, lasers? Laser eye surgery, but don't point a laser in your eye or you'll go blind. What? Doesn't make any sense. Makes laser tag very confusing. Like, don't hit me in the eye or I'll go blind. Or you'll correct my vision. It's hard to say. I really don't know. Really don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm reaching out and doing sort of more alternative medicine in my own life because the health insurance for this job is so good. And then when you reach out to do alternative medicine, all your friends are like, try these oils. And you're like, oils? Oh, I don't want to. Oh, they're essential? Oh, well, that's different then. Oh. They're essential. I must have been getting them some other way. Otherwise, you're using the word essential wrong. I had something that, like homeopathic medicine wasn't gonna fix. Happened to me recently. My appendix was exploding. I mean, I tried. I was like, lavender, lavender, lavender. Like, you know, I was like... All my friends are like, it should have been frankincense. Oh, frankincense. I should have known. Baby Jesus loves it. By the way, your appendix explodes. That's weird. Like, why do we have exploding organs? We don't even know why it blows up. It just picks a day. Just loses it. The appendix is just like, nobody knows what I'm for. Woo! Blows up. And you don't know that it's your appendix that's exploding. You don't have a check appendix light on your body. You just have to figure it out. Go to WebMD, become a sleuth. You look it up, and I was like, okay, what's going on? Oh my gosh, my ovaries. My ovaries. I did not know I had those. I've got a lot to work out. It's a really bad day. I didn't think it was my ovaries. I thought it was what I ate. That's typically what people do. They blame it on what they ate, and I had eaten a burrito. And I already have a plan for if I eat a bad burrito. I do a maneuver. I call it the Ponchavia push-out. It's where you eat a second bigger burrito. Push out the bad burrito. Works every time, right? It works fantastic. I
I know there's some dude in here who's like, I've done that. You've done a Pancho Villa push-out. Obviously, if you're gonna do a Pancho Villa push-out, don't be far from your home. Be close to home. Don't be a hero. You have 2 burritos in your stomach. Play it safe. I was way too far from home. It was a 6-hour flight from home. That's how far from home I was. I was in, well, I guess 5 hours. I was in New York City. And I was wandering around New York City, 2 burritos in my stomach, fighting, seeing who's gonna be first at Cinco de Mayo. That's gonna get a filter, I'm sure of it. It's worth it. I had to fly home that night, and my flight was at 7 p.m. It got delayed until 11 p.m. That's what life does to you, right? When things are going bad, life will check in. It'll be like, hey, how's it going? And you'll be like, not good, life. It's bad. It's going really bad. And life will be like, check it out. What if I made it worse? Like, no, make it easier, life. Life's like, I'm gonna make it worse. It'll be funny. You'll see. Got on the plane at 11, didn't got off the plane until 2 a.m. At 2 a.m., I was in so much pain, I was shuffling, getting off the plane, just like, oh, I don't feel good. I ate a burrito. And then a second one. I don't know why. It was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. But everybody getting off a plane that's been delayed at 2 a.m., they all shuffle. They're like, oh, I don't feel good. It's a delayed flight. Thank you, JetBlue. Oh, I don't feel good. And you see the other shufflers and you're like, oh, did you have a failed push-out too? Follow me, keep it clinched, here we go. Do not risk it, we're not gonna risk it. I got home, I tried to sleep, I couldn't sleep, I was in too much pain. That was crazy. I can't believe I couldn't sleep because I was in too much pain. I Googled something. I'm embarrassed that I Googled this, but I'm going to say it. I Googled how to fart. That is what I Googled. That's another filter. That's, so many yoga poses came up, you guys. It was just like, just so many yoga poses. If you've ever been to a yoga class, you'll know that it happens, and the instructor always says the same thing. They go, and if you have gas, just let it be natural. And you're like, can I let it be hilarious? My body just turned into a bass kazoo. I think it's funny. So it put me on my floor at 3 a.m. just going, get out, downward dog, let's go, get out. I got bad insurance, you gotta get out, please. Please get out. And then I Googled, where is your appendix? And I went, I should have checked that one first. So I went to the hospital. I gotta say, I did the right thing. If you're going to the hospital, I went out to the interstate, you know, started checking billboards. To see who has the shortest ER wait time. What on earth is that? Why is that an ad campaign? Sure, that doesn't mean you have a good ER. It makes me imagine that there's like this charge nurse somewhere that's like, how's room number 1? And they're like, we lost him. And they're like, great! Our billboard's gonna be so low! Saving all this time. So we wandered around for 15 minutes and saved 7 minutes and got right in. They did a scan of my body and they were like, it looks like you ate a little burrito and then a bigger burrito. Why'd you do that? That was a dumb idea. You're not very smart. It's called the Pancho Villa push-out. I thought it was a good idea. No, they didn't say that. They were like, it's your appendix. Your appendix is inflamed and it's about to explode. So we got to do emergency surgery. And I was like, oh, thank heavens. She was like, thank heavens? And I go, I thought it was something else. She goes, what'd you think it was? And I was like, none of your business. I'm not here to talk about that. So they did my appendectomy. They did it laparoscopically. Has anybody ever had an appendectomy? Anybody? Oh, right up front. You guys there? Yeah? Did you have it done laparoscopically? Yeah? Same? Do you know? Do you have a scar on your right-hand side? Ooh, that's cool. So this is the old way they used to do appendectomies. Your appendix is over here on the right-hand side. Good for you to know so you don't have to eat 2 burritos. They used to cut you open where your appendix is and take it out, and that makes sense to me based on my knowledge of surgery from the game Operation. You want to reach in, don't touch the sides, and get it. And so when they do it laparoscopically, they cut you on the other side, and you find yourself going, guys, it's so much closer if you just went right here. You should go right here. You're gonna touch a bunch of stuff, and my nose is gonna be like, meh, meh, meh. Not good. And they said, don't worry, we're gonna inflate you so nothing will be in the way. And I was like, that wasn't in the game. I don't understand this. So they did that. They inflated me through my belly button, a hole they made in my belly button. When they say they're gonna inflate you through your belly button, it's impossible to not picture the doctor at your belly button with a straw, just... And the surgical tech's like, you gotta pinch it, otherwise the air doesn't go in. There you go, just like a pool toy. There we go. And they get it out. Goes well. How'd yours, did they get it out in time? It didn't explode? Yeah? Was it close? No. No? Not even close? Ooh, that's interesting. Was yours close?
No, but mine exploded.
Yours exploded. Oh, I'm glad you're still here. What did they do when it explodes? They just go, sorry. Another hole and they drained you. Gross, like a can of tuna. I think it's cool that they didn't give you a hard time. They were like, when they took it out, were they like, we didn't even need to do that. It was fine. I don't know. Here's the bill, $10,000. Did you get billed? Do you get billed if it doesn't explode? Oh, okay, so it doesn't even matter. Welcome to the United States of America. Doesn't even matter. That's great. Surgery is so ridiculously expensive. Everything, and if you want to have a baby, so expensive. My friends were having a baby recently and they were worried about the cost, but they were also worried about motivation. So they came to my house and they said, we want to make a playlist for when we're giving birth. And she was like, I want it to be like all the things. And I was like pump up music or like soft soothing music? Like what do you want? Like I couldn't imagine the pump up music that you would play, like some heavy metal, just like, let the babies hit the floor, let the babies hit the floor, let the babies, and you're like, oh, that's not the right song. That doesn't seem good. And you don't know how long labor's gonna take, right? It could be a long process. And so I was like, you know what? You guys don't need a playlist. You need a DJ. Right? Don't you think that would be fantastic? Just like a DJ doula? Just someone in there just like, who's ready to have a baby today? Burr, 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 burr. Get you all pumped up, you know? Just be like, throw your legs in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. Wave your legs in a way like you don't have a big copay. You know, just like get you pumped, get you ready for that surgery. It'd be like one of those songs where you don't know when the beat is gonna drop. You know, you're like da 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 da. When's the baby gonna be born? Like oh da 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 da. Oh, not yet. Oh, okay. Let me hear you breathe. Get you going, and you'd be like da 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 da. It's gonna be this time. Da 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 da. No. Oh, breech birth. Okay, turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit mixed up. I gotta go head first and turn around so that this baby could be born again. And they'd be like, remix. It's twins. Baby, baby, but baby, baby. Thank you guys so much. You've been fantastic.